It's currently summer here in Australia, and over my break from work I took myself on a road trip and I spent 10 days travelling across the state, going on walks, spending lots of invaluable time in nature, and just getting really comfy in my own company. This was the 8th day of my road trip, the 2nd of January, and I was feeling a little off and just not like my full self. I feel like I always end up in this weird in-between, like neither here nor there sort of mood over the New Year period, and I feel like a lot of emotions surface at this time of year. I remember as I was driving and I was feeling this overwhelming haze of emotions just like wash over me, and I just burst into tears, which actually shocked me, but I couldn't decipher what exactly I was feeling, just a lot. I felt like I had so much to release and reflect on, but I also wasn't in my usual environment with access to the things that I'd normally rely on to ground me. Instead, I was alone in the Blue Mountains with my car, my tent, and my own company. So I tried my best to recenter myself over the following couple of days, and this is the journey. It is the 2nd of January today. Happy New Year. I feel like today is the start of my new year because yesterday I was not feeling it. I was not feeling great yesterday. I felt just so off. Can this plane not? I feel like every time I see a plane in the sky, I look at the plane and I'm like, wow, I wonder what everyone on that plane is thinking right now. And then I'm just down here, and then when you're on the plane, every single other person on the ground is just like going about their little life. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, like yesterday I just was not feeling it. I was just not feeling amazing. You know when you just don't feel like yourself, like you just feel kind of off and you don't know like what it is exactly, but you just feel like off, like just off center, like just not right. Didn't feel right. So I was like, you know what? Today's not New Year. Today's not the January 1st. I don't subscribe to that. I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary pressure that comes around New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and just like the New Year in general, just like making new goals, like making resolutions, like starting the year off on the right foot. And it's all bullshit because you can have a fresh start at like any time. And I felt the same way last year at the start of 2022, at the end of 2021. I just felt really off at the start of the new year. I usually do feel quite off at the start of the new year. I don't know. I feel like it takes me a while to like settle into the new year properly and like actually feel like, okay, I'm ready to get this. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a very weird, like reflective kind of weird state at the moment. And that's okay. I feel myself like getting back to a good place, which is good. But yeah, don't feel stressed and pressure around the new year because it's all just made up. And do everything on your time. Like, don't worry about other people saying like New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, New Year's this, New Year's that. Like, just do everything when you're ready. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. Just take my time. I'm gonna go to a waterfall shortly and do like a walk. I think it's like a 2-hour walk, and then I'm gonna check into an Airbnb this afternoon, which is gonna be nice because I'm gonna have like, I'm really excited for that actually. I'm gonna have like 2 days in this Airbnb of just like relaxing. Literally just me this whole trip, just relaxing. Why not? It's the holidays. And yeah, I'm gonna be like in a sheltered space, which is gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be in my tent, which the tent's great, but I'm excited for like a sheltered space with like hot showers and all of that good stuff, the good stuff. This is a beautiful morning though, just sitting here by the lake and just journaling, drinking my coffee, listening to these chaotic birds, which are just having the time of their life by the sounds. And yeah, just looking at, there's this one tree which feels very, I don't know, it's just right there. I've embarked on this walk now to this waterfall. I think it's like 3 kilometers there and back, which is a nice distance, not too long, not too short, but I feel so good just walking. I don't know, I feel like when I'm on like holiday and I'm not like going to the gym, because usually going to the gym is like such a big part of my like sanity, like it just keeps me so like, I guess it's like the endorphins you get after you work out. Oh my god, this tree's so scary. Which way do I go? This way? No, this way. Yeah, usually going to the gym is like such a big part of my sanity, and I just get so much like happiness from it. And so when I'm on holidays usually, where the fuck is the track? And I don't have like a physical workout routine, I love going for walks because it just like getting into my body just feels so good, and like I don't know, I just love it. Anyway, I've freaking lost this track. Do we think this is the way?
Oh, you feel free to find another way. I'm following her. Just be careful, snakes. I feel a bit weird with you in the front there like that. Grab our leg.
It's like the last 2 days of my trip now. I feel kind of lonely at the moment. I low-key feel like I want to be in a city right now. Like I'm craving being in like a big city right now. This is my problem, like the balance between being in like somewhere quiet and like being alone. I love my alone time and quietness. But then sometimes I'm like, I want to be like in a crazy big city, and then I'll be in a big city for 2 weeks and I'm like, get me back to being somewhere quiet. Like I don't know, the balance is so hard to find. But like right now I just want to be like walking around busy streets and like looking in shops and like sitting down in nice cafes and just doing shit like that. The grass is always greener on the other side. It's actually wild how you always want what you can't have, what you don't have. It's so wild. Like why are we wired this way? Why do I always want what I'm not currently in? And then someone's probably watching this video going like, oh my god, I wish I was there right now. Isn't that just wild? Today we're going to go on a walk and look around this like small village. Another thing, I feel like once you've seen a few small towns in Australia, you've seen them all. Like, I'm sorry, they're kind of all the same. I don't want to be rude, but I'm over small towns. I'm so over small towns. Anyway, we're going to go look at this small town. Look at the shops. Hopefully they have a nice cafe. Like I really want to sit in a nice cafe. I probably sound so privileged right now, but I just want to sit in a nice cafe and like read my book. Like, you know, some cafes, like they can be like cafes, but like something about a cafe makes it like a nice cafe, like somewhere you want to sit. You know, sometimes you walk past cafes and you're like, that looks like a nice place to sit, whereas sometimes it's just like chairs and tables, and like it's like no thought has gone into like where people are actually going to sit and like how people can interact with the space, and it's just like, it's not right. And I need a nice place to sit. But that's just how I feel, to be honest. A bit lonely, a bit over small towns, and a bit wanting to be in a city, but trying to make the most of these last couple of days by myself in nature. That's where I am. I hope that you're doing well as well, and you are enjoying your start to 2023 and just living life. That's all we can do, live life. Live, love and laugh. What we are destined to do. is literally like the coldest swim of my entire life. My whole body feels like, you know, you're so cold that you feel hot. Like I feel like I have deep heat all over my body, but refreshing at the same time. I'm gonna have steak for dinner. I bought steak from the shops. Because, you know, sometimes you just feel like a steak. I just felt like a steak, so I bought a steak. And I'm gonna cook this on a pan. And what should I eat with it? I have like a bunch of vegetables that I should probably just like get rid of. I had a pretty good afternoon. Went to that waterfall, which was actually so nice, so cold, but really nice. And then I was just like walking around Katoomba, which is like the main village in the Blue Mountains, I guess. And I got a really good kebab, and I bought some paintbrushes. Basically, that's all I did this afternoon. And then I came home and I was just editing a video on my laptop, and I got into like a wormhole, like a vortex for like a good 3 hours, and I just got really into it. I haven't edited a video in ages because I haven't had a computer, but recently I bought a laptop, which is really exciting. That one there, I bought a laptop while I was in Sydney, and I feel like, so there's so many possibilities now, like, because before I only had my desktop, so I could only like edit or do stuff on my computer at home at my desk, and now I'm like, wow, it's so portable, like, it's crazy. I feel so good now. I'm in a really good mood, and I feel good after I finish editing a video and I'm happy with it, and I'm like, I like that video, you know? Like, it just gives me a sense of like accomplishment, and it's put me in a really good mood. I'm really excited to make my steak for dinner now. So yeah, let's make steak for dinner. I'm just in a very chatty, talkative mood, probably because I haven't spoken to anyone in ages, and now I'm just like in a good mood all of a sudden, and I'm like talking so much. I feel so scattered. I'm just like looking at the kitchen, and I'm like, my mind is like going 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm just like thinking about all the things I need to do, but at the same time I feel like I can't function because there's so much going on in my head, and I'm just like staring at these ingredients in front of me like, okay, what comes next? So I need to just focus for a minute. Okay, I've got a knife to chop some ingredients. Steak on the plate. Step 1. Step 2, some paprika. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So let me talk you through it. We've got steak, and then the salad I made, and then hummus. Yum. Oh my god, this is just what I felt like.